Nine live races. Consider Me Lucky has the inside. And Mark Haig, All-American Candy, and Todd Treitz. Expensive Marlene, she'll leave from 3, and Stephen Treitz. Billy and Bud, Charlie Miles. Mary B. Lucky and Mike Downey. Smooth Sammy and Sam Hodgen. And then from the outside, Rachel Down and driver Steve Mason. A field of 7 on this holiday program. Field of 7, here they come. They're off and pacing. Good start. Post 2, All-American Candy. And Treitz takes the lead here early on around the first turn. And she's already out by about 2.5. And Consider Me Lucky is racing second. Expensive Marlene gets away racing in third. Billy and Bud 4th, and Mary B. Lucky 5th. Smooth Sammy G and trailing Rachel Down as they race single file to the opening quarter, led by Treitz. And he leads with All-American Candy, and he's on top and in the 2-hole. Consider Me Lucky, that opening quarter 31 and 4. Then Expensive Marlene looks at it from third. Billy and Bud back 4th. Mary B. Lucky's getting caught in. Here comes Rachel Down. Smooth Sammy will move as well from the rear of the pack as they move past the 3/8 pole. And Treitz stacks him up here, and he's out by 1.5 lengths. Cutting it with All-American Candy. And here comes Stephen Treitz on the outside. Expensive Marlene comes to second. Consider Me Lucky racing third. Then Billy and Bud 4th. Rachel Down 5th. And they were by the half in 5 and 2. Then Mary B. Lucky sits back in 6th. Smooth Sammy G can see them all. 5/8 up the backside. On way to the 3/4 they go. And still cutting it out, All-American Candy. And she leads by a full length on the outside. Expensive Marlene. Consider Me Lucky. What a nice trip the Hagler's got here. And he's inside third. 3/4 1:37. Around the turn, All-American Candy. Then Consider Me Lucky. And she has got a beautiful trip here. Can they catch All-American Candy, though? With 1/8 of a mile to go, All-American Candy and Rockin' Todd at his rockin' best through the home stretch, and he's going to win it. And Treitz gets another one here, and in for second, Consider Me Lucky. Billy and Bud gets up for third, and the time for the mile, 2:07 and 2, All-American Candy. Sweet victory for All-American Candy. And back with his 204th victory of the season, driver Todd Treitz aboard number 2, All-American Candy. She's a 9-year-old mare by Dragon's Lair. Out of the Die Laughing Mare, Catch Your Breath, owned by Valerie Fougier of Bedell, New Brunswick, trained by Bob McNeil. Todd Treitz in the driver's seat. And All-American Candy scores her first win this season. And she wins here this afternoon off the front end for Mr. Treitz. And the mile 2:07 and 2. So congratulations, Todd, on your 200th win of the season. And a great year for Todd, and he's got win 204 this year with All-American Candy, and she scores here in race 1. And the starters for race number 2. And behind the gate, Smooth Putnam and Todd Treitz, Tigris Colleen, and Mike Downey, ROF Racing High, Sam Hodgen, Georgetown from post 4, and Steve Mason. Then I'm the Big Dog, and Jill Berrio from 5, and Falcons Quick, and Lonnie Stokes from 6. Field of 6, top of the stretch. This is race 2 of the afternoon. Here they come. They're off and pacing Tigress Colleen, and Mike Downey busting out of there, and she's got the lead around the first turn. Tigress Colleen, then up the inside. Smooth Putnam and Trites gets away. Racing in second. There goes Falcons quick on the outside, and he's in it early here, and Stokes is going to back off now and go in the 3-hole, then back in fourth. ROF Racing High, George down, and trailing the field. I'm the big dog, and he can see them all as they race past the opening quarter. And they were there 30 and a 3 up top and cutting it out on the front end. Tigress Colleen, the mare, leading on the outside. Falcons quick. Stokes had a chance to back off, and he just kept it coming. And he's on the outside, racing second parked. Then racing third inside is Smooth Putnam. Here comes ROF Racing High on the outside. Then Georgetown is racing in fifth and trailing on the big dog. He can see them all as they pass the half in 102. Around the turn they go, led on top by Tigress Colleen. On the outside, hitting second, Falcons quick. He's been out all the way so far. Then racing third on the inside, right there, Smooth Putnam. Then ROF Racing High tips out 3 wide. Georgetown racing on behind her, and I'm the big dog's gonna try it from the back of the pack. And how about this? About 4 lengths separate the whole field as they pass the 3/4 in 134 and 4 around the turn, and on top and cutting it now, ROF Racing High. Georgetown on the outside second. I'm the big dog. He's come from dead last and now third on the outside with 1/8 of a mile to go down the lane, and ROF Racing High. Tigress Colleen coming back on. Deep stretch. ROF Racing High wins it. Then Tigress Colleen gets the deuce, and Georgetown third. Time for the mile. 2-5 and 4. Thanks, Luke. And we welcome back the winner of race number 2, number 3, ROF Racing High, a 4-year-old daughter of Racing Hanover out of the Die Laughing mare, Die High. Home is Zoran Petrovich of St. John. Sam Hodgen trains and drives the mare. And ROF Racing High picks up her 4th win of the season. And this afternoon, 2:05 and 4. ROF Racing High delivers here in the second race. And she wins at about 5-1 odds here in race number 2. For our third race behind the gate, Bold Ryan. And Mark Haggie's got the inside post here. I wish. Expo's Dream from post 3 in Gilberto. Then Franco Croupier and Charlie Miles, Elm Grove Bandit, and Todd Trites. Then Humna, and Sam Hodgen. Mike Downey's got the outside. Cowboys Don't Lie on the outside. Field of 7 here in race number 3. Here they come. They're off and pacing, and for the lead, Bold Ryan on the inside. Then outside, Expo's Dream going for it. Round the turn, some tight quarters. And Trites in a little bit of difficulty there on the outside with Elm Grove Bandit as they round the turn. And taking over now on the outside, Barrio and Expo's Dream. Then Bold Ryan sits in the 2-hole, and he wants the lead back, and the Hagler's going to take it just like that. And he's got the lead. Then Expo's Dream in the 2-hole, racing second. Then Stokes is stacked up with I Wish. Back in third, 30 seconds, the opener. Then on the outside, and here comes Humna. And he's humming on the outside, now getting to third and going after the leader as they approach the 3/8, led by Bold Ryan. And he's on top. Then on the outside, Humna comes to call on the outside. Expo's Dream third, I Wish. Then racing in a 4th, Cowboys Don't Lie. Then racing back on the outside, Franco Croupier and Elm Grove Bandit after that early confusion trails. And they were by the half. 101 and 4, Bold Ryan, and he's on the lead. He's on top a length and a quarter. Then on the outside, here comes I Wish, on the outside, and she is flying and going after the leader and takes it now. I Wish, then Bold Ryan is racing second, and I Wish is cleared by the 3/4, 133 and 3, and I Wish is now the leader. Bold Ryan, the heavy favorite, now second. Then off the rail to challenge Expo's Dream with an eighth of a mile to go. I Wish, and what a bold move she made, and a bold statement as she is moving away here. I Wish, Bold Ryan and Expo's Dream, and they're tight for second and third. Maybe Expo's Dream on the outside, Bold Ryan on the inside for third, but wow, I wish here. And what a performance for her as she wins her fourth of the season. 203 and 4, 30 and 1 home. I wish. Winner of race number 3, number 2, I Wish, the daughter of Drop Off. Out of the No Nukes mare, CR Blaze of Glory, owned by Art Davidson. John Davidson trains, Lonnie Stokes in the driver's seat, and she swooped them big time here this afternoon, and she wins the third race, 203 and 4. It's win 4 of the season, I Wish, and she wins here in the third race, equaling her lifetime best. And the starters for the fourth, in behind the gate, claiming Pacers. All set to go. We have Dillinger's Lady, Mark Haig, Kane Rise Again, and Mike Downey. All-American Theta and Stephen Trites. Promises, Sam Hodgen. Port Hill Friendly and Joe Barrio from Post 5, and Dusty Lane Oscar. And Trites from Post 6, and Freestone Lexi. And she's got the outside, Lonnie Stokes. As they're dashing through the snow here, the claiming Pacers, here they come. They're off and pacing. All-American Theta busts out of there for the lead. Kane Rise Again on the inside as they rush around the first turn. Then ducking in, racing back in third. Promises as they make their way to the eighth pole. Then racing fourth, Dusty Lane Oscar. He got away nicely. And he's tucked in fourth early on. Then racing fifth, Dillinger's Lady. On the outside, driving up, that's Port Hill Friendly. And trailing the field, Freestone Lexi on the outside, All-American Theta. And Stephen Trites goes up to take the lead, 29 and 3. And they're moving right along here, All-American Theta. And the big pacer on top by 2.5. Then racing second, Kane Rise Again, then racing back in third. On the outside, here comes Dusty Lane Oscar. He's into it. And on the outside, driving up from third. Then racing fourth, Promises, Port Hill Friendly. He is still out. Then Dillinger's Lady and Freestone Lexi. She hasn't caught the inside yet, and she's rolling on from seventh. They were by the half, talking about rolling along. Minute and 2/5 for All-American Theta. Halfway home, Kane Rise Again second. Dusty Lane Oscar on the outside, and he is now second. Then Kane Rise Again third on the outside, Port Hill Friendly. And the filly tips out 3 wide from fourth. Right behind her, Freestone Lexi. Then racing back in fifth to the inside. His Promises trailing the field, Dillinger's Lady. And they were by the 3/4, 132 and 3 around the turn. They're trying to catch All-American Theta. Dusty Lane Oscar, Port Hill Friendly on the outside. Kane Rise Again is there, an eighth of a mile to go. Deep stretch, and All-American Theta looking to go all the way here, and he's going to do it. Dusty Lane Oscar on the outside. Just couldn't get there today, half a length away. Then back third, Freestone Lexi, and she was parked the whole way and still got a third. The mare racing well, the mile 2:04 and a 2. 2:04 and 2, it's All-American Theta. And back to the winner's circle. Winner of race 4, All-American Theta. Number 3 is a Son of Life sign of the Jate Lobel mare, This Kiss. Ome Valerie Fougier, trained by Bob McNeil. Stephen Treitz in the driver's seat. And he took over early here today, and he wins it. All-American Theta here this afternoon. And the mile 2:04 and 2. All-American Theta delivers here in the 4th race. And they're moving in. P.H. Catman and Stephen Treitz, Legendary 1. And Gilles Barrio, Real Courtesy. And Mark Haig, Bert and Bert, Todd Treitz. Island Eagle and Lonnie Stokes, Pembroke Payment and Mike Downey. Always Jarwa and Wayne Hubbard. Field of 7, top of the stretch for the 5th race. Here they come. They're off and pacing. No challenge here for the lead. Real Courtesy. And he's already got the lead here. No problemo around the turn. And he's out by about 3 and moving out. Then on the outside, quite a surprise here. Always Jarwa. He fires off the gate today. And he's on the outside racing second early on. Legendary 1 sandwiched in between horses. Then racing up the inside, P.H. Catman. Bert and Bert is racing back in a 4th. Then racing 5th at the cones, Island Eagle. And trailing the field, Pembroke Payment. And they were by that opening quarter. In a 30 and 3, Real Courtesy on the lead, leading by 2 for the Hagler. P.H. Catman has snuck up the inside now, and he's got the 2-hole trip as they make their way past the 3/8. Then racing third on the outside. Here comes Island Eagle. He's in flight now and driving up from third. Then Legendary 1 is racing 4th. Always Jarwa. Bert and Bert, Pembroke Payment will have to do it from the backfield. And they were by the half in a minute and a 4/5. And it's Real Courtesy. P.H. Catman is racing second. Then driving up on the outside and driving third, but stalled on the outside, Island Eagle. Then the inside is Legendary 1. On the inside, it's always Jarwa. Pembroke Payment on the outside. And trailing the field, Bert and Bert, 3/4 1. 32, and they're moving right along here. And it's Real Courtesy, P.H. Catman. And he's in the 2-hole and waiting to pounce here with an 1/8 of a mile to go. And your leader up front, Real Courtesy, P.H. Catman. On the outside coming on, so is Legendary 1, but it's going to be Real Courtesy. And the Hagler turns them away here. P.H. Catman, he gets the deuce. Legendary 1 for third. But they weren't catching Real Courtesy here. And the time for the mile, 2:03. Place money is paid out on number 2, Legendary 1. No place, or the place money being paid out on number 2, Legendary 1. As we pray back now, the winner of race 5, number 3, Real Courtesy. And he's a son of Real Artist out of the Tyler's Mark mare, Mark's Courtesy. All my Rick Allaby, trained by Bernie Charlton, Mark Haig in the driver's seat. And for Real Courtesy, it's his 7th winning trip this season. And the mile, 2:03, and for Flash Haig, 450 times in the winner's circle this year. It's a milestone for Flash, 450 pictures taken in the winner's circle this season. And he got the record here with Real Courtesy. And the stutters for race 6 behind the gate. Here's how we score out here. Youngbro Fancy and Mike Downey. Then from post 2, Racklin Fine Line, Todd Treitz. Ryan's Fancy and Lonnie Stokes. Pitbull Hanover, Stephen Treitz. Emily J. Down, Steve Mason. Buster Blue Chip, Gilles Barrio. Then from 7, Mr. Varbo and Wayne Hubbard, Dusty Lane Buster, Sam Hodgen. Field of 8, here they come. Pitbull Hanover has made an uncharacteristic break here, leaving the gate. And they're off and pacing to the inside. Young Bro Fancy stepping out for it. Then on the outside, Ryan's Fancy gets away racing in second. Then up the inside, driving third around the turn, Rackland Fine Line. Then racing Buster Blue Chip. Got away racing in fourth, Pitbull Hanover. He's back pacing, and he now sits in fifth. Emily J down sixth. Then on the outside, Mr. Varbo seventh. And trailing the field to the opening quarter, that's Dusty Lane Buster. By that opening quarter, 30 and 1/5. Ryan's Fancy is taken over. Then Young Bro Fancy in the two-hole, and Rackland Fine Line's going to get it going here, and he's on the outside first up from third. Then racing fourth on the outside comes Buster Blue Chip as they approach the half, and Pitbull Hanover, he's out and moving from fifth. Emily J down, then the two trailers in the backfield are Dusty Lane Buster, Mr. Varbo. He's got a long way to come, and they were by the opening half. 101 and 4. Ryan's Fancy, Rackland Fine Line on the outside. They're toe-to-toe. Then on the outside, driving third, Buster Blue Chip. Fourth inside is Young Bro Fancy, Pitbull Hanover. Emily J down, then Dusty Lane Buster, and trailing the field, Mr. Varbo. Rackland Fine Line shows a nose in front, but don't give up on Ryan's Fancy. He's back on top again. 133 and 1. Ryan's Fancy, Rackland Fine Line. Then on the outside coming up, that is Buster Blue Chip, and he's tipping out three wide for the drive home. Rackland Fine Line takes over. Buster Blue Chip on the outside. They're in deep stretch. Rackland Fine Line. What an effort for the little guy, and he goes first up to win it here. Then in for second was Buster Blue Chip. Then back in third, Ryan's Fancy. But what an effort. Rackland Fine Line, a first up trip. And the mile 203 and 4. And Trites bags another one here. And back to the winner's circle. Winner of race 6, number 1, Rackland Fine Line, an 8-year-old son of Gothic Dream. Out of the Cam Fellamare, Cam's Fine Line. Home of the Ultimate Stable of Dieppe, trained by Sifois Malance and Todd Trites in the driver's seat. Career win number 55 for Rackland Fine Line. 55 career wins now for the Pacer. And for Trites, win 205 on the season. And the mile 203 and 4, Rackland Fine Line. What a tough trip for the little guy. First up, and he wins it. The mile in 203 and 4. It's Rackland Fine Line. Now race 7 is moving in. $2,000 claimers. Purse of $800. Field of 8. Moving in with Will C.R. Dolly Dance. Rick Collins. Then Hacks Boy. Todd Trites. Incredible Thrill. And Lonnie Stokes, Shady Martin, and Stephen Trites. Lucky Northern Star, Mark Haig, Dr. Cashin, and Mike Downey. Then Ocean Pacific, Sam Hodge, and Daya Harlaka to the outside. And Jill Barrio, and a bad break on Shady Martin. And Stephen Trites did well to keep him on his feet as they're off and pacing. And Hacks Boy, Hacks out for the early lead. Then on the inside, we'll see our Dolly Dance going forward as well around the first turn. Then getting away, racing in third, that's Incredible Thrill. Then racing fourth up the inside as they move up the backstretch. Lucky Northern Star get away in fourth. And on the outside, Ocean Pacific. And he's in the thick of things early today, and that bodes well for him as he's on the outside driving fourth, now third, and now second. And cutting it out, Hacks Boy. Then Ocean Pacific. On the outside, second, 31 and 4 opener. Then racing third, We'll See Our Dolly Dance. Lucky Northern Star on the outside. Then racing to the inside, around the turn, Incredible Thrill. And again, that quarter, 31 and 4. Then racing back in fifth to the cones on the inside as they approach the half-mile station. That is Dr. Cashin. Then Dia Harlaka moves to the outside, and Shady Martin trails 102 and 4. They were at the half. Around the turn, Hacks Boy, and Trites looking for his third win on the card. He's got a pair already and looking to take this one. Then on the outside, Ocean Pacific. On the outside, second. Racing third, We'll See Our Dolly Dance, and she's close up today. Then racing back in fourth, Incredible Thrill. Then racing fifth, Dr. Cashin. Then Lucky Northern Star, Dia Harlaka. And trailing Shady Martin past the three-quarters, 134 around the turn, Hacks Boy. Then We'll See Our Dolly Dance might have a shot at him here in the two-hole. Then Ocean Pacific on the outside, third. Incredible Thrill is fourth. Dia Harlaka now moves to the outside. Deep stretch. Hacks Boy, and Trites is going to get another win here. And We'll See Our Dolly Dance second. And a battle for third. Incredible Thrill. Ocean Pacific might have got up, and he was parked most of the way in here. And he might have still got the third in the time for the mile. 2:05 and 2, and it's a triple for Trites. And returning in the winner's circle with his third driving win in the afternoon, driver Todd Trites aboard number 2. Hacks Boy, he's a 6-year-old son of Stir Fry. Out of the goalie Jeff Mare, Marita. Always Serge Cormier and Kim Gigi, trained by Deborah Kirkpatrick and Todd Trites. In the driver's seat. And with his third win of the day, 206 wins on the season now for Todd. And he delivers here, Hacks Boy, a gate-to-wire trip for the pacer. And the mile in 2:05 and 2. It's Hacks Boy in the 7th. And the starters for the 8th race, top class pacers of the afternoon behind the gate. And here's how we leave out Jarwa and Sam Hodgen. OB Viking, Chris Davies, Awesome Burt. And Stephen Trites, Magnetic Banca, Gilberto, $1 Million Down. And Steve Mason, Dance Hanover, Todd Trites. Then Yankee Anthem and Mike Downey, Let's Tango Lavros, and Lonnie Stokes. And Jarwa way off the gate today. Here they come. They're off and pacing, OB Viking, and he's out for the lead. Dance Hanover on the outside, tries to sneak in, no spot for him there. Then on the inside, getting away, that's Awesome Burt. Dance Hanover on the outside, third. Magnetic Banca on the outside, he keeps the hole filled, racing in fourth. $1 Million Down is racing back in fifth, and racing sixth. At the cones, Yankee Anthem. Then the two trailers at the backfield, Let's Tango Lavros and Jarwa never got going here. They were by that opening quarter in 30 and 2 around the turn, and up top and cutting it out, OB Viking. Then racing in the 2-hole, Awesome Burt. Dance Hanover's getting the park job here. Then Magnetic Banca back in fourth. He's got a nice trip. Then racing fifth is $1 Million Down as they approach the half. Then it's Yankee Anthem, Let's Tango Lavros, and Jarwa. And Dance Hanover getting roughed up here. And it's Chris Davies on the front end end again. 101 and 1 with OB Viking, and he cut his last two out and he won them both, and he's on top now and moving out by 2. Then Awesome Bird is racing second. Third, Dance Hanover. There goes Magnetic Banka on the outside, rolling on from fourth. Then $1 Million down fifth. Let's Tango Lavros. Then the two trailers in the backfield, Yankee Anthem and Jarwa, and it's OB Viking. And they've got some work to do to catch him by the 3/4. In 132 and 3 around the turn, OB Viking out by 2.5. Magnetic Banka is on the outside second with 1/8 of a mile to go, and OB Viking showing his heels to the field here. Magnetic Banka on the outside, $1 Million down coming on, but Young Davies gonna get another one here with OB Viking, and what a dynamic duo these two are. 3 in a row. And the time for the mile, 2:03 and 3. OB Viking. And back to the winner's circle for the third straight time. Number 2, OB Viking, an 8-year-old son of Keystone Raider, the RKP mare Debbie Spartan. Alma Chris and Joanne Davies of St. John. Chris trains and drives a veteran pacer. And now make it 14 wins this season and 50 starts. And another solid campaign for OB Viking. And win 15 for young Chris Davies in his 67th career drive. And what a dynamic duo these two are. 3 in a row. OB Viking here in race 8. The best. And the starters for the 9th and final in behind the gate. Educated and Mike Downey. Fox Valley Merlin and Stephen Trites. Quality of Money, Lonnie Stokes. Kara's All-American, Mark Haig, Rapid Kane. And Jill Barrio, Wild Cherry, Todd Trites. Then Jacob and Chris Davies, Lose Town, and Sam Hodgen. Here they come. They're off and pacing, and from the far outside, Jacob is firing out of there. He's got some work to do, though, and he tries to get to the lead, and wow, he's going to get there uncontested. And Davies sitting straight up on the pacer, and he's already got a 2-length lead. Then racing second, Fox Valley Merlin. On the outside, Quality of Money forced to drive on, and now second. Then racing third on the inside, Fox Valley Merlin. Educated is racing fourth. Then on the outside, Kara's All-American. They were by that opening quarter, 30 seconds flat. Then racing back 6, Wild Cherry. Then on the outside, driving up, that is Lose Town. As they move past that opening quarter, and 3/8 of the mile in now, and Jacob, and he loves it on top, and that's where he is now. As they approach the half, Quality of Money on the outside second. Kara's All-American third, Fox Valley Merlin. Rapid Kane on the outside. Then as they go past the opening half, and they were by that marker in a minute, and a 2/5. Then back in 6, Educated, and she got shuffled back. Then Wild Cherry 7th, Lose Town 8th. On to the 3/4 they go. Jacob on the outside, Quality of Money is racing second. Then third on the outside, Rapid Kane on the outside, and he's driving up third. And can he get his 22nd win? Jacob still leads. 3/4, 132 and 2. Jacob right out of the 7-hole to the front. And can he hold on here? He's got a length lead. Then on the outside, second, Quality of Money. What a trip he's gone. Then on the outside, Rapid Kane is in hot pursuit. Down the lane, it's Jacob inside. Rapid Kane now has got the lead. Jacob on the inside. They're fighting right down to the wire. And it's tight. Wow, it's picture time. Time for the mile. 2, 5 and 2. Is it Rapid Kane or Jacob? Close at the wire. And back to the winner's circle, winner of race 9, number 5, Rapid Kane. What a stretch drive here, and he gets up to win it. 7-year-old son of Arcane Hanover of the Magical Mike mare. Magical Ball, owned by Jen Murray and Mike O'Neill. Charlie Price trains, and Jill Barrio in the driver's seat today. 7 wins now for Kaner, and he gets it in the finale, final race of 2008. And he gets up in the stretch to win it, the mile 2:05 and 2. What a thrilling stretch drive here. And Rapid Kane in the photo prevails.